Hey Comeca family, welcome back for part 2 of our series about Jonathan. Now, if you missed yesterday, go ahead and stop this video and go ahead and go back and watch yesterday's video and then come on back here for part 2. So, we had just finished up where Jonathan was saying to his armor bearer that nothing restrains the Lord from saving by many or by few. Now, that's a really important part to remember for the rest of this story, and so I want you to highlight that if you can in your Bibles, and we're going to just kind of go with that. And so, we're going to go ahead and read 1 Samuel chapter 14, verse 8 through 15, and it goes like this. Then Jonathan said, "Very well, let us cross over to these men, and we will show ourselves to them. If they say thus to us, 'Wait until we come to you,' then we will stand still in our place and not go up to them. But if they say thus, 'Come up to us,' then we will go up. For the Lord has delivered them into our hand, and this will be a sign for us." So both of them showed themselves to the garrison of the Philistines, and the Philistines said, "Look, the Hebrews are coming out of their holes where they have hidden." And then the men of the garrison called to Jonathan and his armor bearer, and said, "Come up to us, and we will show you something." Jonathan said to his armor bearer, "Come up after me, for the Lord has delivered them into the hand of Israel." And Jonathan climbed up to his hands and knees with his armor bearer after him, and they fell before Jonathan. And as he came after him, his armor bearer killed them, and the first slaughter which Jonathan and his armor bearer made was about 20 men within half an acre of the land. Now, this is a crazy time when we see Jonathan. So he starts out by saying, hey, we need to make this plan of action. We need to, if the people of the garrison, if the Philistines up at the top of the hill, if they say, "Hey, come on up to us," we know that the Lord is on our side. But if they say, "Wait until we come down to you," we're going to wait because the Lord is asking us and telling us to wait. And Jonathan takes this as a solid sign to go up to them. And when they do go throughout their plan, they see that they are called to go up to them, and so they do. Now, when Jonathan hears that they want them to come up, him and the armor bearer, he gets excited because God has delivered him to his enemies, and he's scrambling up the hill to reach the Philistines. So, he's scrambling hand and foot, and they fell before Jonathan and his armor bearer, and they dispatched 20 men within half an acre. That's quite a few people with just 2 people. It was just Jonathan and his armor bearer. Now, it goes on to say that there was this great trembling in the camp, and in the fields and among the people. And they kind of scramble to figure out what's kind of going on. And Saul actually has a lookout man, a watchman that is watching over the fields, and he kind of sees the Philistine army kind of melting away, and he's confused. And so Saul's army, they call roll, and they find out that everybody is accounted for besides Jonathan and his armor bearer. And they kind of scramble to get all of their things together and get ready to charge into battle after him, because they realize that's why the Philistines are melting away. Now, it's cool to see that God created this great confusion over the Philistines to allow the people of Israel a chance to defeat the Philistines. And when they were fighting each other, they were fighting their neighbors, and they didn't understand kind of what was going on. And at one point, then the Philistines decided to flee. They fled the place, and it allowed Israel to win the day. They gave the Lord saved Israel that day, all because Jonathan woke up and decided that he didn't want to sit still and trusted in the Lord to provide no matter how large the feat. So this week, I want you guys to be like Jonathan. How do you wake up and roll out of bed? Will it be an unremarkable day? Or will you put your faith in the Lord that He will provide? Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.